the show.
Here we go, boys. Episode 120 now. 119, Tone, was an absolute magnificent day because we were all over the Melbourne Cup. And talking about the Melbourne Cup, Tone, over here in Japan, it's actually a national holiday today, big boy. And it's called Bunka no Hi, which means it's Culture Day. And isn't that fantastic, Tone, that the whole of Australia basically gets drunk and celebrates its own unique culture and celebrate the great cup, the Melbourne Cup, on a Tuesday. They basically take a national holiday off themselves. Tone, what do you reckon about that, big boy?
That is Culture Day. That's the way it should be. Culture Day. Yeah, they've got no idea about culture. So Culture Day in Australia. That's it. It's a day of punting, betting, and just that's
debauchery.
The way it should be. Absolutely.
Talking about debauchery, we welcome the man with the Greek freak, the man with the cousins, the man with the plan. Kazzy, welcome, mate. Happy
Thank you. It's always, thank you. It does sound like an Indigenous word. I'll say that. It does sound very much Indigenous. But you know what? When you talk about culture and you talk about Australia, okay, you're not really, I mean, you're wrong because it's all about Victoria. Oh. Victoria get the public holiday. The whole of Australia don't.
No.
So, the whole of Australia wish they did. Yes. And they all take sickies, and that's a different part of culture. So sick days is culture in Australia, in the whole of Australia, whereas Victoria, we get the paid holiday.
Tone, I know Taz wasn't really listening to my intro, but I did say it's sort of like a national holiday for the whole of Australia.
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry, Pezza. After a while, I forget.
Bigger words.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
To work the afternoon, but excuse me.
And welcome the great man himself, Mr. Man, the magical man.
G'day, boys. G'day.
Hey, Marto, no good, mate. No good in the cup, but geez, you love a big dance.
We've gone the other big race, mate. The big dance in Sydney. How good was Rustic Steel? Boom, boom, $13.
Marto on fire.
Yeah, you pulled that one straight out of the lucky
Anyone can pick a winner in a 3,200 metre race.
What are you on about? What's that, Tony? Hang on.
Marto pulled that one straight out of the lucky dip. Oh, Rustic Steel, I'm on.
Straight out of the lucky dip.
No.
I
homework on that thing.
I heard the race and I bet Marto was on that.
Oh, geez.
I did.
I reckon, could you imagine Marto as a kid at the show with one of those tickets with, you got to get 0 or a 5 on the end? How much money would Marto have done on that game?
Every single ticket.
When you open those tickets, those fucking, mate, Marto would have been 6 years old going, come on, give me one more chance. I'm going to get the 0 or the 5. I know it. No, but anyway, it's now, boys. I know, Taz, it's always about you and Tone.
It's not.
Because he's a mascot. He's just like this big, doughy mascot. And then Marto's the magic man, Rustic Steel, bang, bang, bang. But come on, where's the love?
Pezza. Save the kids for the big day, mate.
Oh,
do you need some love, Pezza?
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
Oh,
well, let me tell you.
Look at that.
I haven't been to. Before we go to that, Pezza, the last time I was in Cairns, I remember still seeing your name and your telephone number on the back of public amenities. You were getting plenty of love there.
Well, we didn't have Grindr then. We didn't have that app where you could meet up with people on a GPS. That was the way we did it, back old school way.
No, it was.
And Tone probably in Tassie never saw a door in a toilet.
Well,
pretty close.
Don't be like that. But you know what? Who was the first bloke that rang your Pezza after the cup? Who was the first bloke?
Oh, yeah, no.
Who was the first bloke?
I couldn't even open Ladbrokes.
The bloke who's always on bloody holiday 7 days a week.
I don't know who that is.
It was absolutely amazing day for Pez, and I was saying that I've got a bigger GDP than American Samoa, but that's not hard. And seriously, the Australian government just reached out for me to build some institutions to house some boat people. That's how good I'm going now. I'm actually on top of I'm basically an island in the South Pacific now after last Tuesday's Melbourne Cup.
Done well. What were you? Thanks, 1 from 56 before that?
Mate, Marto, you're only good as your last tip.
No, what I'm saying is you've made up for it all in one day.
Today was shithouse the Pickers. We'll leave that alone. But no, absolutely great. Hopefully a couple of the blokes launched here. I don't think anyone does because no one listens to me, Tone. They're not like you. They don't follow the enigma.
Oh, they didn't follow me. Right.
Oh, mate, if it was Mardo or Taz or you, they'd be like little, oh, how good. Oh, Taz.
They followed you in, mate. No. I went back, Pezza, they followed you in.
They
Oh,
did.
You know,
did.
they did. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, and I'll tell you why they did.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because I
yeah.
tipped Gold Trip in the Caulfield Cup.
Right.
And remember how I said I am ahead of the game?
Yes.
I said it on the last video. Well, all the people, when they saw you tipping it,
Yep.
they thought Pezza's piggybacking here. We're on.
Yep.
So you like put the icing on the cake.
So it was all
I
your
got the-
mates.
I
Was
got
it,
the-
was it Noe and Rach
all-
and Mossy? And,
No,
Oh, yeah.
more people. People from work. I went into work and they were literally clapping me in, and they were saying, "Well done." And I said, "Listen,
Mardo, I don't know
tipped it
how
Caulfield-
you can tip
I tipped it.
Quinella
I said
in
I
the
tipped it
race.
Caulfield Cup.
Put the
said I tipped
trifecta up
Caulfield
into
Cup. It
three,
was all
Mardo.
Pezza.
That's all about Taz.
It
No,
is.
but
I
I'm
know,
saying-
that's what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
It's not his tip. It just comes back to Taz.
That's
I
right.
didn't.
Tommy
no.
Tanker.
I
Tommy.
didn't. What I was trying to say to you guys,
There we go.
if you let me finish the story, was they were clapping me in, and I was saying it wasn't me. It was Pezza.
Bullshit.
Because-
Because this show would be a fucking airport. Honestly, jeez.
Why would it be an
Oh.
airport? I don't understand. Tommy.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Because if bullshit can fly, we'd be an airport. So what
Right.
about the airplanes? Where do they just stay grounded?
dear.
You're the
No,
jumbo
it's-
jet.
Pretty exciting.
What?
And,
Oh, you had a great day,
Yeah,
Pezza. Well
I
done.
think Uncle Bren, I
Well
like
done.
Uncle
Well
Bren.
done.
He's a bloody good bloke, isn't he, Bren? He's a
He
man
follows
player.
you in.
I think
Who's
Lukey
that?
Mullen might have followed me in too. So there was a
Yes.
couple of legends that did it. Well, I just want to shout out our mate Robbie Walton, the Prez up in Cairns with Barney. He's gone 0 from 47 on Cup Day. He's had 47 bets and not one collect. So well done, Rob. That's really difficult to do, even
Oh.
for a familiar member. But well done, Prez. Good job.
Wow.
That's Jesus. Oh,
But it's
if it was
okay.
raining $10 notes.
His average bet's about 100. So well done, Rob.
Oh, shocker.
Jesus.
Bad luck, mate.
Now, Pezza, how does your
Yeah.
bank account look now? I mean,
No, that's right. I'm
nor-
like a-
I
I'm
mean,
a
with
small-
with
I'm
with,
like a-
with
I'm a-
4 zeros, it's great. But when you have 5, it looks
Yeah.
better, doesn't it?
I'm like a South Pacific nation now. I'm actually registered like as one of
Incredible.
those small islands in the South Pacific. That was my whole thing with the American Samoa thing.
Oh, that was too smart for me.
I went all right. But I
Well
can't
done.
say too much because I had a few mates message me Tuesday night looking for a bit of a snip. So I had to sort of deflect and say, oh, I reckon Taz got it. Anyway, episode 119. Pez, without a fight, Tone, you're a bit disappointed.
Yeah, no, it wasn't much at all. Yeah, no, shit ride.
What about the ride from Buick? God.
He should be flushed down the toilet to join the Brownies and never allowed back in Australia to ride a horse.
Right.
Same as Tory.
Um,
Those English jockeys, they cannot ride in Australia because they've got no
Mano,
idea.
I love the owners, supporting Buick after the race. They just
Right.
said, how can it win when it's 13th and buried? It's good to see the owners have his back.
Not a whole lot of love there, Shane. But no, Tane's right. Buick gave it absolutely no chance.
Well
No
done
good.
to the winner, Quinella Trifecta and Pairs, no problem. First
Well
one was
done, well done.
because of Tone and Mardo with
Yeah.
Duval
All I said was he couldn't win. I didn't say leave him out of your top 4.
Oh, okay.
You got to put
Well,
your favourite in the
I
top
think-
4, surely.
Taz, I need with Mardo and Tone, there should be a little bit more clarification when it comes to that instead of, can't win.
I think it comes
as in-
down to common sense, doesn't it, Taz?
Well, look, it does, but I think I'm with Pezza here. Pezza's right. You
yes.
can't just say can't win.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Yeah.
No good. Put a line through it.
Right.
No. Why? You can't
Ah.
just say that. No.
Right.
The
It's
UK
like when you
The UK specialist, Tone.
yes.
The UK specialist.
Yeah, but Taz isn't fucking listening.
Oh,
I am right now.
Taz has done the same thing. He says, no,
Where?
it can't win, but he's never, he hasn't actually stated like a fund manager, oh, it can run second or third.
No, you're wrong.
No, I'm right.
oh,
No, you can go back to the video, but you're wrong. But that's okay.
no worries. Thanks, Marto. Anyway,
I'm not
but,
talking about a video. I'm talking about other times, you fucking. You're not listening.
Jesus.
I'm
You're
listening
not
too
listening,
well.
Taz.
Oh,
You
I
know,
reckon-
you're gonna
Well done,
be
mate.
more
You've tipped it to another.
transparent.
Marta, I reckon Tone at the moment's in one of those Herald Sun crosswords and it says cryptic. Like, I'm not exactly sure how do we follow.
We're going to have to be more transparent. Say, no, it can't win, but it can run second or third.
Oh,
Would that be correct?
oh.
Well, I wouldn't
Well,
have said second, but you'd have it in your top five.
We're talking about emissary right now because Pezza
No, we're
and
talking
I.
about horses in general. In our
Horses
tips,
in
we say
general.
it can't win.
So what we're saying is we can say it can't win. It'll run second or third, or maybe what we should do is bet up to 6.
Marto, it's about Taz again.
Come on, we just either we're here
Oh,
to tip
Marno,
winners.
he's been.
Hey,
oh.
Taz, what did yours come,
Yes.
mate? Round of Flowers, what did she come?
5th.
Oh, is that right? You said top 6, so I knew you had to have something 5th. Well done, mate. I can read you like
I was there.
I can read you
No,
like
but
a
it
10
did.
cent comic.
But it
That's
did
what-
because the thing
what
that ran
Tony-
6th.
That's what Tony used to pay for a
Tone's
comic book back in the day.
Original tip.
10 cents.
Yes, original tip, which you sacked.
Yes,
which
I
you said
did.
was going to do something special, and it ran 6. So between us,
That's
let's
right.
not kid ourselves. We had the first 6 horses across the line, and
Mm.
only one bloke actually made a fair amount of money. So
Yeah.
good luck to that bloke, and forget
Well
the
done.
other 3 losers.
All right.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Magic Marto, surely don't call me Shirley, as we know. It's time to put a line through.
Yeah,
Vow and
look,
declare.
I have to agree, mate. Vow and Declare showed everyone what he's not capable of anymore. He's just too old. When they jumped,
Yeah.
Blake Shin took him forward, and I went, "What the hell is he doing? He's trying to repeat what Willow did 3 years ago."
Yeah.
And then I thought, and then I said, I was upstairs watching on the big screen. I said, "You got to take him back a little bit." And Blake Shin did drop him back to around 5th or 6th. I said, "This is beautiful." And then they're coming around the first bend, and he's dropping back further.
Yeah.
And he's going down the back straight, and he's dropping back further. I said, "No, he's
Yeah.
gone."
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Could you guys hear the cat in the background? I think it was Vow and Declare.
Can I just say one thing? I watched a few shows like leading up, like as we all sort of do. We all get on the racing.com, we watch Get On and the Contenders, and we do all this sort of stuff. Even though we filmed earlier than all of those shows, by the way.
Yes.
I'd like to say that. It's quite funny how many people tip Vow and Declare. It was like the best of the Australians, the best of this and that. Wayne Hawkes comes out and says, "Get in the queue. Vow and Declare wins." Like, and you got to think, like, Wayne Hawkes, I know he's an idiot, but God, he's been around horses all of his life.
Yeah.
And he's watched film and he's at the race, he's seeing and he goes, Vow and Declare. Wow, it's a great bet, great tip. Blah, blah, blah. You got to think, are they working for the bookies?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
No, I don't know. I mean, I thought with the prep he had, he was a red hot chance.
Really?
But when the race ran on Saturday,
I can't even imagine what you were seeing.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Like with my eyes, I think Vow and Declare like 3 starts back ran a pretty good run, but it wouldn't.
Yep.
I didn't launch in next start thinking, oh, it's got the hoof on the till, and then again, it's never looked like it's going to get 2 miles ever again. So I don't know what you guys were watching. I think you had the 2019 like little bit of glitter in the eyes, Marto. I think.
Yeah, maybe, but I thought his Caulfield Cup run was pretty good to run. I know he finished 6th, but he was only 2 lengths behind Durston.
But did you honestly think it was going to beat Gold Trip after the Caulfield Cup run? Like,
I did, to be honest.
I don't know.
I thought he'd sit a lot more forward than where he
Right.
actually ended up.
Right. So you were thinking it was going to be a pair back or 2 pairs back, the max.
Probably 2 pairs back, yeah.
Mm.
And have that run just
Interesting, eh?
from the pace. But anyway, like I said, that run
Do you reckon
showed
he goes to the paddock?
the further it went, the further he went back, and he's not there anymore.
Does he go to the paddock now, or do they look for a blue chip race like the Sandown Cup for Vow and Declare now?
They go
You
to the
could look
Zipping
for something
Classic.
cheap like that, but I don't think you'd bother running him really.
Nah,
Put him in the
let him
paddock.
go. Poor
Yeah.
bugger.
He's a
Yeah.
past champion. Let him go to the champions paddock and parade around with the people,
All right, talking about champions. Now, Tone, you think that I'm the ultimate troll, yes?
There's quite a few trolls here.
Oh, really? You think there might be 3?
Yeah, the other bloke sitting there with a red shirt. Oh my God, he is king troll.
Who's that?
Just about.
Oh,
Taz.
Oh, the
I
Greek
don't
freak.
troll.
Yeah,
Oh,
trolling today.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't troll. I stir.
You know what I was
Yeah.
thinking, Tone? Like a new initiative for Polty. Like, you know how sometimes you can get like a coach's box experience if you pay a little bit of money? I
Really?
was thinking that on a Saturday, like if a Polty familiar wanted to get into our messenger group on a Saturday and just see how the great man operates, they would realise pretty quickly how good the great man is. Like,
Oh,
he doesn't mind sharing a ticket when he wins. And
uh,
I tell you what, he goes a bit quiet when it's a bit bleak. And geez, he's full of himself. Any tone. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay,
for Polty
hang
members
on,
to
Pezza.
experience.
It's a great idea, but Pezza, don't say I go quiet when I'm not winning.
Oh,
I'm just not posting tickets. I'm making excuses.
right.
That's all. So I'm not quiet. I'm just full of shit.
Well, I
There's a
reckon
difference.
I know what Marto's tipped as his meat and two veg this week. So I reckon if anyone's watched the Melbourne Cup show and stomached their way through it and won a lot of money next to me, I reckon Marto's the ultimate troll after this time.
yeah.
Yeah. And I reckon you'll agree with him.
Flemington, race 4, number 5, Luna Flare. She's
How can
back.
you not?
That fucking turd just popped
How
up
can
out of
you
the toilet. And it's not.
Oh, shut up, Tone. This is my tip. This is going to be quiet.
Yes. Get into him, Marto.
No,
There's
come
no,
on.
hey, over in Japan, Marto, there's a respect for the elderly day. And it's not today, Tone.
Not today. No, look, I really think she would have made things interesting if she'd run in the cup. Whether she was good enough to beat Gold Trip the way he ran, I don't know, but I think she would have made things really interesting.
Tony, would have been like first 4.
Yeah, you'd have to have her in the top 5, wouldn't you, in the Melbourne Cup if you're betting?
First 4 in a row.
Well, we can't knock Marto's
Anyway,
tip with his form
Listen,
of
she's
late.
coming back. This is 2,600 meters. We know she's going to see the distance.
Yep.
gonna
Do we?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's not
Come on.
3,200. And we did
Hey.
agree that maybe she'd get to 26. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm taking on the hot UK import here. How do you say it? Solcombe.
Solcombe.
I think I was
Yeah.
actually on the last start win over in England. But
Really?
let me put this to you. Luna Flare over 2,500 at Flemington. The last time she ran there, she ran a time of 2 minutes 36 seconds.
Love
Now,
it.
Solcombe, to get a time like that, you have to come back to 2,400 meters, where he posted a time of 2 minutes 37 seconds, which puts
Wow.
Luna Flare a second in front of her, over 100 meters more.
Wow. That's good.
Solcombe's going to be right there, don't get me wrong. And here's the definite danger here, because we don't know what sort of polish Waller's going to put on that horse. But Graham
Yeah,
back here.
we should say that Solcombe's going to be first up in Australia, making its debut at around
It is,
$2.
and straight into the Queen's Cup. So you've got big
yes.
raps on it already.
And it's got a little bit of that smell about it, that Le Creek, that New Zealand sort of
It
how
does,
good
but
is
I'm
its
also gonna
time and
say
beating the clock. And I'm glad you mentioned.
Solcombe has only won once on a wet track. Everything else has been dry.
And it's
Again,
going to be a dry
it's
track
gonna
on
be-
It's going to
Saturday.
be bone dry, I think. But
It's going to be bone dry.
I think they're going to water
a
it.
soft 5, and to be honest, I'm happy with that. It'll be a match race with these two, I think.
You know, it was upgraded.
It's going to be
today
a good
4.
It's going to be a good 4, good 3. It's going to be a good track. There's no rain coming. So, I mean,
Luna Flare wins on all conditions.
Yep.
And
fair enough. It's your tip.
both of them are going to come from the back, and I think Luna Flare's just got that little bit more in her in that sprint finish from the back.
Love it. Good.
I love it. I love it too. I love that you're taking on the favourite, because the favourite's got form that matches up behind what was it called? Something Legend, the Melbourne Cup favourite. So there's
Duval
form,
Legend, yeah.
Duval Legend. So the start before that Solcombe or whatever, I think finishes second or third to a horse that then has form behind Duval Legend. So it's going to be really interesting. I think you've taken the one at the right odds.
It's got a real boom on it.
Yeah, I am. I just think with what I said, I think Solcombe's a little bit short. I'd probably prefer
Yeah,
Solcombe around the 450 mark and Luna Flare on par with him.
Perfect.
But I'm taking Luna Flare at the end.
Love it, Marto. Here we go. The great man. I think Tone Taz has sort of forgotten that you're supposed to throw out winning tips on a Saturday, if not a Tuesday.
No.
I know he's great in the thread. You know, everybody loves him. Good on you, Taz, and all your little, you know, your nuncy, nuffy mates. But come on, get back into it, mate.
All right, so here we go. Here it comes. The Fister is here. La Amigo. Now, this horse races exceptionally well on the Sunshine Coast, but with a jockey change, back to 1,100, Doomben, ready to win. So it did win first up. It trolled magnificently back in late August to its first up win. It's got a great strike rate. It's had 14 starts. It's won 6 and placed 3. I think it's ready to go. It's going to be right on the pace. And I don't know what more to say. Just get in the queue. You can question it, ask me what you like, but
no, we don't have to ask anything because that's what you think. And seriously, to get out under a minute with the Fisto, that's Marto's just done his fucking ass because he's taken the overs at 4 minutes 32.
Yeah.
And you spoke for about 16 seconds. So I reckon you've got one of your Greek mates to get on the unders on Tassie's talk.
I have, and he's just collecting now.
Yeah. Well done, mate. No, I like it.
James Orman.
Tone, you don't mind a Jimmy Orman horse, do you, Tone?
Oh, Jimmy Orman, yeah. Well, sometimes it all depends. Like sometimes he rides them, sometimes he doesn't. You know, I'm not a big fan. You know, not a big fan.
Dr. Turf, you could say Dr. Turf. You could say that about most jockeys.
Yeah. Do you actually have? Do you like a jockey at the moment? Is there one that you could say this is the jockey that I trust at the moment? Just one.
Oh, he was.
Who's your go?
There is.
Yeah.
And that's the one that rides my next winner. So there you go.
Sorry.
My team.
Yeah. Who's your go-to? I missed it. Yeah. Who is it? Who's your go-to right now?
And that's the one who rides my next winner.
Oh.
So I could give you a long list of
who's on Nature Strip.
Marto, I know Tone today had a very large size bet in the Oaks because of the jockey.
Tommy
Berry and saluted for Tone. So you can't put 30 Tommy on the page, mate.
30 Tommy. Yeah, well, the name is just like, no. I don't back horses with Tommy Berry. He can't ride a winner in a 4-horse race, and he comes out today. But you see, this is it. They all want the money, so they'll make an effort during the big races, and then we get back to the normal summer shit races, and he'll ride like a busted ass. You know, he's about as straight as a dog's hind leg.
Summertime, they're just making wages, though, aren't they? But I mean, he was on a pretty good horse today, but it did take a good ride to win still, the way she did.
I was going to say you should be sending a postcode with a couple of bucks into Jamie Carr, because I know Jamie Carr, I'm a big fan, and you and Marto, Tone, you and your best mate, you've given up on Jamie, but gee, she rode shockingly today. I don't care what you say. She gave not one horse a chance, I don't reckon, today. She just didn't ride one horse well.
She's just, her mind's not there.
Well, it's the relationship with Big Boy Benny. It's love. They're in love, Taz.
John Ford Ship. Of course, it's the fucking relationship. You know, like
it's taken it.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know.
You're right, though. I think something's going on. She's a great jockey, but she is so much out of form at the moment. It's funny.
I wouldn't say she's out of form.
I reckon
she
today.
She rode 2 winners.
Today, mate. I watched the race, and she gave
she's
nothing.
Making rookie mistakes. No, she's making rookie mistakes.
And I'm talking through the pocket here in Pavitra. You've never seen a jockey sit and stack as good as she did it. And I can't believe that she thought, geez, I might just go out and let fucking this thing run underneath me instead of keeping to the rail and keep going. Because I think by that stage, they'd flattened the rail, Tassie. They rolled it.
Yeah. Look, I don't disagree with you there, but I still think I think she rode it well. It was a superior horse. Now, I mean, what does she do?
Well, I don't think it's a superior horse. I don't think.
You don't think she's extreme?
I think they got the race to suit amazingly well. Like nothing come from behind, nothing took it on. I think it was basically gift wrapped.
It was a put on and collect
for an Oaks. It was just here's the 2,500 metre race, because I don't think you're going to get it if someone actually put a bit of pressure on it. No, but anyway,
the only one that was gonna beat it if it was that Queen's what's name?
Queen's Air.
Queen Air.
Yeah, I think that was coming, but
there was no speed. There was no speed in the race, Tone. So Queen Air couldn't let down. And
yes, exactly.
It was handy anyway. It was pretty much in the first four.
Yeah, it was in the first four.
Always going to win it.
Hey, but thanks to the Victorian tote, $435 for the first four. Okay, now.
How good was that, eh?
Oh, that wasn't
how
a
good
gift.
Was that?
In Queensland, those scumbags up in Queensland, they only paid $200. So thank you to the Victorian Tote, 435.
Barney, that's all Barney's money.
That was
on
a
your-
gift from the heavens. Seriously.
Did you get it as well?
I think I had a fair whack of it. So it was
Yeah,
Go on, yeah.
good.
well
Did
done.
you get it as well?
Well,
Oh,
you saw
Come
my
on,
ticket.
Bird boys, put the tickets up. Did you?
You've
get
seen
it
my
as
ticket. I
well?
put it up.
Yeah.
I put my ticket up already. I went 1-4-1-4, and then I
Yeah.
had 2, 3, 8, 9, and the field. Bang.
isn't
Oh,
it
so you
great,
went
Mardo,
for
that they just keep
Mr.
talking to themselves when we're not even
Keep
listening?
moving on. You're trying to move on and get this quaddy out the way.
Yeah,
Talking
let's
about
get
the
the quaddie
quaddie,
going.
the great man himself, the man who rides a flamingo like no others, Lukey Mullen, got the quaddie today too with H2O, the
Oh,
old
well
double horse
done.
last.
Oh,
Good on you,
okay,
Lukey.
okay.
Hey,
Oh, he's
all right.
fantastic.
Well done, Luke.
Of course, we've got the great man himself, Ando, into the captain. We missed the
14.
captain. I missed the captain. I missed the Maryborough trots in the background of the videos. And then, of course, Barney. Nobody misses Barney because we're still looking for Marissa. Thoughts and prayers. And, of course, the chieftain was here. And then Luke, he come back for a one-hit wonder, or like an iputsia, they call it in Japanese. Tone, a one-hit wonder. Tone, what's your favourite one-hit wonder? That's a good question.
My favourite one-hit wonder.
Oh, shit.
Sat
Oh, I don't know,
Platinum
probably
one.
my Sharona.
Oh, the knack.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh,
gee
There
whiz.
you go.
I
Not
thought
flock of
yours.
seagulls.
I thought yours, Tone, would be "Come On, Eileen."
I knew a girl named Eileen once.
Oh, that's what I meant.
You know, but
Oh, that's a bit raunchy.
Did-
Come on, Eileen.
Did she have a sister?
did she have a sister?
Yeah.
That's a
No.
that's a good answer.
Oh.
Did she have a sister?
You're,
And the chieftain's back.
Good
Now, the
effort.
chieftain, she got a little bit of a video here. Good on you, Rach. You're looking magnificent too, up at the Gold Coast too. She got the girls out too, so thanks for the boys. We'll appreciate that.
Hi, it's the GBN back again.
The chieftain.
Doing Flemington Race 6 this Saturday. Geez, it's been a big week. It was ages ago since I was on here. We got the book in last week. Hopefully we'll get the all four this week.
She's given us a little bit of a clip, Taz.
She is. We'll take it.
There's no better
She's
wanker.
right.
There's no better wanker than Tone at the moment. He's on fire.
Oh,
Even though
he's
he
the
went
best wank.
six. How many horses did he go last week? 16 when the favourite wins at about $2. One of the best horses going around that for her.
Yeah.
Tone didn't really give us a chance last week, did he?
No, and well, how could you? I mean, let's not
Well,
look for
these
the winner.
spastics
Let's look
never
for something to
bloody
beat
win
the winner.
anyway, so
Oh.
it doesn't make any
Ah.
difference, you know.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
Rach
sorry
and
that I took
just
two.
holding up everything like the fucking Eiffel Tower every week, you know.
And 14.
Oh.
So I honestly think 1 and 14 are going to be fighting it out at the end. And Bella, number 9, Bella Nicotina won't be far away either.
Bella Nicotina. Tone.
The fourth one, I probably decided to go with Paula. That's got Mark Zara on board. He'll be around the 3rd and 4th, I think.
Good on you, Mark.
Hopefully it's not too hungover from the Melbourne Cup.
I am.
Yeah, so I was just deciding between the 5, 6, and 8 was my fourth choice, and I decided to go for 8. So that's what I like, and I hope you agree. If not, we've all got opinions.
That's right.
She's having another dig.
Have another slap.
Or put some money on it.
Perfect. Go on your rates. Now we'll
Well
put the
done,
8 in
mate.
brackets because we've left it out baller, even though Taz rates it. So if you rate Taz, you might rate baller as well. But she's got the main 3 anyway, 1, 9, and 14. Giga Kick, can't wait to see it back in Victoria. The unbeaten superstar in the Everest. And it'd be great to see Clayton Douglas just give it to buddy Jamie Carr like an Boardington Airbnb when it wins again and remains unbeaten at 550. Now, Marto,
You guys ride
Tone
well
loves
too.
nature shit. We all know that. Tone says he never tips favourites and he never tips any horses under even money, but he did. But he always forgets.
No, I think you've had a fucking mind relapse. I never said that.
Yeah.
I very rarely tip favourites.
Okay,
Very rarely. Because they never win and they pull them up.
right.
So
I
that's why
I
don't
agree with
usually-
him. Tone, you're right. I agree.
Oh,
You very rarely tip them,
That,
but you very often tip second favourites that become favourites.
Yes.
That's because the money goes on. Barney up
Oh.
there in Queensland stuffing it all up. That's what's
Is
bloody
it?
happened. Barney's
Gee
big.
whiz.
Marno, any thoughts, mate?
No, I don't think. I think Paul L's been found out. I think she's
Yeah.
right there with the top three. We keep waiting for September Run to come back. She just doesn't produce. Masked Crusader's not the same horse he used to be.
Geez, Masked Crusaders cost me a bit of money this spring, I tell you that.
Rothfire, I don't think Rothfire can win away from the Valley.
I don't know what Taz is going to do, but he's going to create time.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying because Marta
Oh.
says we keep waiting for September Run. Who is
Well,
we?
Oh,
I'm
Shouldn't you be
referring
just
to
saying
myself.
I? Oh,
Mm.
sorry, that's okay.
Okay.
Because we, well, September Run.
Oh,
That's one of
Taz
my
is
favourite
also-
sayings, Tone. There's no I in team, but there's a U in TU.
right here with the
TU in the
top three
Northern
there.
Territory.
He's right
Anyway,
with the top three there. You've got to
good
have
luck,
Nature
and if you-
Stupino's the best 1,000-metre horse in the world, but
Yep.
he's a little bit vulnerable over 1,200, I think. Giga Kick unbeaten. I think that's the next big thing down here.
Yeah.
And of course, what was the other?
Bella.
Bella Nipotina after her last
Mm.
win. How you can't keep her off, can you?
Tone loves Bella Nipotina.
No.
And then
Can't keep
Taz,
her-
you got 2, 4, 5, 9, and you've left out the 3, which me and Tone just want to curl up and die.
Yep, I have. Look, it was either leave out the 2 or leave out the 3, and I thought that Private Eye's been. I mean, it's had 3 starts back this prep.
What about
It's
leaving out the
absolutely
5?
flying. No, because I think Mr. Brightside finds a really, really suitable race, and he maps to be just sitting off the pace, and it could be the one that he wins. Now that said, so what do we got? We've got Private Eye, we've got Alligator Blood, we've got Mr. Brightside, and we've got My Oberon. Now, My Oberon is actually my top pick in the race. So it's an overseas horse. It's come out here, and it's exploded last start. It's stepping up, it looks like, into a better class race, but I think it's ready to go. I think Alligator Blood probably leads them. I think that Private Eye will come from behind. The question is, has it been trained as a 1200 sprinter, or is it ready now to hit the mile like it has done in previous preparations where it's won? I think it's a really, really good race, and I'm prepared to cop the backlash if Cascadian, who's dropping back from 2,000 metres, wins at 1,600. So I am prepared for that.
Yeah, I like
Now,
this. Taz.
if anybody's still awake,
Yeah.
what do you think, Marto?
I think that it does set up the Private Eye myself. He's going to be there stalking the pace. He's shown his back. He can win over the mile. And with Alligator Blood and Mr. Brightside going forward and pushing each other, I think Private Eye is going to be right behind him. And those last 2 1,200-metre runs, was it last 2? Yeah, last 2, 12 and 1,300, where he's just exploded late. I think he's ready for the mile again.
I saw Private Eye win last weekend, Tone. Joey Pride was interviewed after the race, and you could just see he was a bit Taz in a way. He was pretty confident and arrogant about the win and about the horse. And I love to see when the trainers a bit Tommy Tankin, as you were doing, Tone, you're making like a masturbating type gesture. Basically, Joey Pride in the interview was tazzing. He was Tommy tazzing. I love it, Tone.
I reckon it's I like Private Eye. Abdul the Butcher's on it. Colding line straight through it. Cascadian is the turd that floats to the top. Alligator Blood can't win. Mr. Brightside, he's
Perfect.
due for the abattoirs, as is Dallasan. My Oberon is a scentless underarm deodorant. My Oberon.
What?
What?
That is true.
Oh.
Oberon is a scentless deodorant. But Johnny Allen couldn't ride a rocking horse.
Oh,
So
Who rode
yeah, I
the
don't
last
know.
win? Who rode his last win?
He
yes.
doesn't win.
Wow.
Johnny Allen.
It's all right.
I thought it might be on the
That's just
Agon,
my
Tone, because he tipped it around 35 skins last start in a quaddie, and it won at about $5. But Tavulu is going to be interesting to see. Probably its biggest tests yet. And it seems to like Flemington and, it likes Caulfield a little bit more, I think. But, it's a great race. And Dallas, I tell you what, if it runs a place, Tone, you'll be up and about.
I just hope it doesn't win.
And you know what I reckon I might do for you? I might take a little same race multi with Cascadian and Dallasan both finishing in the top 4. How's that? I'll
Oh,
do that
don't
just
do
for
that.
you, Tone. No, just because when you're devastated and so is everyone else, at least I can slip you a few bucks.
It's great to see.
I hate a photo.
I think this is
I
the
won
old
34.
McKinnon. This is the old McKinnon, which used to be raced on the Saturday traditionally, and old Bart would always run something in the McKinnon into the Cup on the Tuesday. It's quite interesting to see that they've turned it into the Champion Stakes, I think it's called now. And this is basically for all your Cox Platers and all the horses that haven't done well in the Derby, or they didn't get the 2 miles, or they didn't, it's all of the horses that are ready to go. One more chance to win quite a shit ton of money. So they're trying to do something that Sydney do best.
Yep.
But it's good to see that they've, the public get to see Animo run around one more time. I'm not sure if that was in James's young James, the Blue Battlers. I don't think it was in his playbook.
No, I agree.
The money on offer, and if it gets its 8th Group 1, because I don't think we'll see Animo next spring. It'll be straight off to be a dad, and what a way to go out on another Group 1. So I've gone 1, 9 and 10. Thunderstruck and Animo to run the Quinella. It's pretty simple. A lot of these, they're beaten before and they'll beat again forever because they're just better horses than them all. And I've thrown in the 10 was Elliptical. I was going to go Mr. Mysore, the Geelong Classic form from the Derby back and back up, but I've gone the Sydney form of Elliptical, went up there to chase a bit of coin, comes back in the Queen Elizabeth, and actually Man Zeus ran behind it over 2,000 metres in Sydney. And of course, Smart, what was it called, Marto? What was that horse?
Sharp and Smart.
Sharp and Smart was the favourite for the Derby, which ran really well and up to its form. So I think Elliptical with Craig in, he might walk the track a little bit better than he did today. And it gets 6 kilos off, 6.5, 7 kilos off Animo. And of course, even more with only 10 kilos to Thunderstruck. So if the 3-year-olds make it interesting in any race in weight for age, because they've got no weight in their back.
Pezza completely disregarded Zaki. You've just completely disregarded it.
Not going good as it was. I know it won this race last year. I know Tone's a big Tommy Tazza about the last year's form to this year, but Zaki's not going anywhere near it was like last year. So.
And it's stretched too far over 2,000. I reckon it's a 1,400 metre horse. That's it.
Yeah. It's got a jock. She's not riding well either,
And very quickly, we've got less than a minute before we have to come back. Tone's got 1, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14. Of course, the great man's gone up. Geez, you wouldn't believe it, we ran out of time, but we're just saying, we're talking about before, like Taz, you heard some noises in the background before?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were at Barney's place in the background and good old Marissa was trying to get out. I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, the old curlews, they make a bit of noise, but this is how great Marto is because his race notifications and all of his followers just know, and he's got it set to a curlew sound. So his missus just thinks it's the curlews, but it's actually his old mate from the UK giving him a bit of bail, or someone going, "Hey, Marto, what do you think about? What do you think about the? What do you think about the synchronized swimming in Romania? Oh yeah, don't mind the Russians,
Oh, there was a Russian swimmer recently that I think he was. I don't know what he did, but I just remember his name. I can't remember exactly what award he got, but Ivan Kachikokov. He got it was incredible. I don't know, it was a 50-meter butterfly or something. Well, I don't know, but yeah, Ivan Kachikokov, he was amazing.
Ivan Kachikokov, he really hated the one-hit wonder in Come On Eileen. He really hated it. It brought back bad memories of Game of Thrones type stuff.
Well, it made him think about his Greek mate, Jim Fuck the Dead Carcass.
No, we've been putting a bit of form together. It looks like the table tennis, but they kick the ball over instead of using the racket.
Oh, yeah, Marty, be all over that.
If that's together with tech ball, that's the new age. Age.
There we go. We've been launching. Let's launch in. Talking to the unique of the group, Tone.
Yes, you. Oh,
Yes, Pezza. Yes, that's
the one who should
Can
be
anyone
flushed down the
Can anyone
toilet.
tell
Yes.
that I've been drinking since about 9 this morning? But,
2 hands, 1 mouth, mate. That's the problem you've got.
I like that. I like that. That reminds me of my favourite Kiwi joke of all time. It's really safe too for this channel, to tell you the truth. How do Kiwis find sheep in long grass, Tone?
How?
How? Go on.
Fantastic.
Oh,
You
they
understand,
do.
Tone?
Yeah.
Like they're having sex
Those
in long
New
grass
Zealanders, they squeak when they
with the sheep,
walk. Golly,
and it feels
that's
good
tight.
in the long grass. Fantastic. Okay, right. Thanks, Tone. To all our Kiwi mates out there, put a line through it. Please like and subscribe the video. And of course, join in the fun and the banter on Facebook, Book a Face. We're over 1,000 members now. And Taz, I don't know if you remember the bloke's name, but we should sing him out. Was it Kenny Bruce? What was
No.
his name?
That was our 1,000. I wrote it down too. It
Yeah,
was
I know.
something. It was something Russell, I think. I know, but it's in my phone, and because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, Russell Coit.
can't-
Well done, mate. We love you.
But it was no. It was something Russell. So
I
yeah.
can take a look for that in a second, but you got to go through all your messages, Taz, about how good you are at tipping to find something that relates to
The
anything.
phone will explode. You know.
Yeah, it's really difficult to
Guys.
sift through the messages about not you. So,
I'm not that bad.
Uh,
I'm not that bad. I'm just
Hey.
keeping you guys entertained.
the Polty experience.
I'm giving you hope.
Polty Familiar for a massive price of $1.25. You can be in the group this week. PayPal us and you're in, and you'll get.
Pezza, in all honesty, how you say that.
numbers,
Seriously,
$1.25,
Pezza,
you're in.
the first. I honestly think that the first
All
person.
right, we'll go to auction.
that
9
messages-
cents, you're in.
No, Pezza, the first person that messages you and says, "I want in," get him in for the Saturday.
Oh Jesus, I don't think I could.
Just one. Get him in. The first one. The
I'm
first
talking about
person that
Saturday.
messages.
A bit of a shout out to Uncle Bren, my best mate from Northern New South Wales. Uncle Bren's running around in Sydney this week, Rose Hill.
Oh.
So after the Sale Cup, it destroyed them. Form's held up today as well from the Sale Cup. So come on, Uncle Bren in Sydney at around 10 skins. Let's go, big boy. Uncle Bren's a pretty delicious looking man. And talking about delicious looking men, a bit of a shout out to Razor, aka
Oh,
Stephanie. He had his first starter run today, spicy mug. So bad luck, mate. She was a bit green. She had her head up everywhere and she didn't know what was going on. But I reckon she's got a bit of a motor. So let's hope next start. Sorry, Tone, just trying to do a bit of the familiar.
Yeah, but I'm going to have a crack at your mate Razor in a minute. So you just sit your ass back down there and shut up.
Oh.
Razor, I saw you drinking at the Richmond pub. Yeah, you're going to take advantage of the greatest football team there's ever been. You're going to have to become a member. Get out of Carlton and sign up with the Mighty Tigers.
Razor,
Good on your Razor.
I just want to say that Tone didn't take his medication earlier on. I'm sorry.
Marto, going from the Blues to the Tigers, for me, that's like a catch-22.
It is a little bit.
Well, you,
Can't possibly.
you could always go to the
Out of the
Salvation
Canberra
Army
Fire.
North.
Hey, don't knock North, mate.
Oh,
Clarko's back on the
North.
job, mate. He walked in there
Yeah,
yesterday
he's
like, God, no.
Filthy.
Like
Hey.
nothing's happened. They've
Hey,
handed out. They've settled all the accounts, haven't they?
oh,
Paid everyone off, kept them all
Yeah.
quiet.
yeah.
And here I'm back. Look at
Yeah.
me.
Well, he's just done a bit of on-the-job training as a midwife too, the great man. So, don't worry about that. No, we shouldn't say
Innocent until proven guilty.
that's right.
Bottom line, innocent until proven
Yeah.
guilty. All jokes
Yeah,
aside.
Anyway, good point. What have you
shit
got for
stinks.
us, Tone?
What have we got? What have
Oh
we got?
yeah, Tone. We forgot about you.
That's not hard, is it?
Yeah. Hang on. I've
Do you want
lost-
the numbers? I'll give you the numbers.
No, here we go. We got Tone's got the
Field.
Melbourne Cup field in this one, 6, 9, 10, 12 and 14. Now, we think Joyful Fortune's not running around, even though it's not scratched yet, even though it ran today and won like a good thing, Marto, and that was your meeting to bench too, big boy.
It would have been, yes, but they've elected to run today instead of Saturday and still won anyway, convincingly.
Yeah, brained him today. It was really good to see it come back. This is an ex-Hong Kong horse, so it's great to see it find its real form because it's actually got a motor at the start and it's got a motor at the finish. It reminds me of a couple like the really good sprinters of our time that could actually fly with them early, but then just build into it and build and build and build, and was way too good at the end for today's mob. It was a good bet. Tone, what do you got, mate? What do you think?
Well, firstly, this is what you call the V race of the day. This is the value race of the day. And I have had assistance and professional advice from other astute tipsters here.
That's how you say you're tipping under duress.
So
basically, you've been bullied.
So anyway, yeah, we've got the one in there with Zach Spain on top. Yeah, the man of the moment. They've got him in there. What is it? Taunting, which could not. You know, it runs like a busted ass. I'm not a big fan of this horse, but you know, like the form's there. You've got to chuck it in. You know, like chuck it in. The 9. Well, the horse probably can't understand English. It's from South Africa. Anything can happen. It's 9 skins. It might win. The 10 is Picaroni's. It's in there.
Blue Battler? Is the 10 a Blue Battler?
Yeah, JB Carr in the saddle. I'd be putting a line through it.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you know,
Also,
like
question.
Gee, she rode every
a lot
Blue
of
Battler
at the
today.
moment.
Absolutely shocking.
Keep going, Tone. Get wrong.
Yeah, we've got
Number
12
14,
with Oliver in the saddle. It's a rough.
That's a good one, Tone. Can you give us a little bit of information about that
$51.
big boy, number 12, El Sato? I don't know how you found it at 60 skins, but it'd be interesting.
Oh,
I'm sure the
Damien
Polty familiar
Oliver.
would
Damien
love to know
Oliver.
why you did.
Damien Oliver.
Oh, simple.
He's one of your
Big
trusted
chance
jockeys.
Eh?
One of your trusted jockeys, Damien Oliver.
Yes, well, he might put in an effort. So you know, like there's always the X factor. There's always the X factor when it comes to the last, isn't there? Like, you know, anything can happen. Chucked in the 14 as well. Hypothetical. I like the horse, but hate the bloody jockey. I mean, you know, he's carrying a lot of weight up front. You know, it might be that ding dang dong is, you know, it's not centered.
Ting tong.
And yes, it's not centered. Benny hasn't got his dong centered. So, you know, you've got to chuck it in. So,
Do you think the horse might lay in, so he's got to lay it out? Is that what you're saying, Tone?
I'm not sure about.
What are you trying to say,
balance
Tony?
on
He's
the
going
Titanic.
to keep the long schlong from Geelong outside of the left hand. If the horse is going to the right, why is he whipping it to the left, you reckon, mate? You reckon he's going to dress to the right?
And which one does we added under duress there, Tone?
The one and
Not the man of the moment. The man of the moment, Marto.
The one and the
The man of the moment.
The 1 and 9. I tell you what, Tone.
what do you guys reckon?
Tone, can you explain why Zach
I
Spain
can
is
tell
the
you,
man of
just
the moment?
before you go, you've put a line through the one. You've said you've added it under duress. While you're speaking, I'm watching here. It's come in from $21 to $16.
Oh.
So because you didn't like it, people are getting on.
That's called the Mandela effect, but the Marto effect. We'll call it the
Yeah, I was just
Marto.
going to say, yes.
But I want to know why Zach Spain's the man of the moment. Like, I don't
Look at
understand.
that. Right. Oh, he's on fire.
That's
There we
fine.
go.
Well,
Top weight.
I don't know about he's on fire, but he's ridden direct twice for 2
Yeah.
wins, and Lloyd Kenny was
Well,
a thief. He
See,
just popped
there
them
you
in to
go.
win.
Horses for courses with the right jockeys, you know. Bit
I tell
worried
you
about
what-
Lena's Legend down there. That's a bit of an omen bet. But
Yeah, a
I
bit of
might
an
have
omen
just
there.
a couple
Up
of
of the cans.
bucks on myself. You
And you know when
nice.
you with like I know I threw in a 9. I'll say something about it, but I want to say something about taunting.
Oh,
Taunting has been racing in South Australia, and what has happened this spring carnival is South Australian horses have come over here and done very well, just
No,
like one today.
I disagree.
Just
but
like
I think there's
no,
only
they've-
one that's won. And that's H2O
Well,
today.
And how good was it? Poor old Jakey, who couldn't get on a plane and
Couldn't get on
here
a
in
plane,
time.
Jake.
But
Really?
what I'm getting at is they've been competitive. Okay. And I think that taunting might be quite competitive. Now, the 9, South African horse, Black Booker last start, absolutely brained them. And I think it's quite progressive. That's why I bullied Tony into putting it in. And yes, I did bully him. And I don't care what anyone says. I am a bully. All right.
Because
if you
we
don't like
know you know you're looking through
Yeah.
that telescope, it's going to win.
No, look,
Yeah.
it's got the right draw too. They want to be on the outside rail at the last race of the day.
Phew.
Even though it's going to be a good 4, everything else is going to be chopped up through the middle and on the rail. You're in the right draw there, Taz.
I think so. Look, I like it, but I'm talking through my hip pocket as well because it owes me nothing. If anything, it's probably fed me plenty. But anyway,
I can't
do like
believe,
the,
I can't believe the
worst.
I can't believe the worst race of the quaddie, and Tone's tipped half the field, and he hates them all.
yeah.
There's not one that he's going to back, and they've actually spoke this long about it. Like seriously, we all need a good fucking look in the mirror. Like Tone's going, oh yeah, this is the man of the moment. This is shit. Oh, this is shit as well, and this is no. So I don't know what he's doing.
I'll tell you what he's doing. Do you want me to tell you? Because I know. Right? You know how Marto occasionally goes in, like Tone was saying earlier about the lucky dip, he pulls one out of the hat. Well, the true magician in Poulty is Tone. And Tone has got the biggest hat at home, all right? And then what he does when he's got nothing to do is he gets the golf balls and he gets his black texter and he puts numbers on them.
But you know what the problem is?
And then he
uses
wiggles
the
the hat around
whiteboard.
like that.
No, Tone, he uses the whiteboard markers. So he's then got to write the numbers on again. He puts them back in the bag and the same thing happens. He puts the number, he's just a genius.
Right.
The whiteboard markers rub off, if you understand Tone Wilson.
Oh, I
Do you
understand.
reckon he does that?
Yes, well, I won't be back in.
I reckon he's got a pet turtle down in the garden. He goes there and throws a bit of lettuce or something, and then whatever lettuce the turtle eats, he puts that in or something because these numbers.
I've heard that sometimes when Tone's doing it with the hat, he actually forgets and he puts the hat on, and all the balls they knock him. He has a little nap as a result.
Yep.
Like you might have done today. Is that right, Pezza?
Yeah, I had a little nap tonight.
Of course he did for about 8 hours.
Yes.
I don't mind hypothetical in this race as well.
I'm good on you, Marto.
Being a 4-year-old mare. El Salto, I really think, needs a heavy track to be competitive in this race. So it deserves the odds, but it's certainly capable.
Capable.
Couple of our favourites,
It'd be lucky to win
in the race.
benchmark 68.
All right, so what were you doing? You were putting those two in the top 4 in the same race multi?
You'll do the same.
Hey, Marto.
Venus Legend and El Salto at 4 in this race.
Marto, I now understand why you had Joyful Fortune there as you meeting 2 veg, because this race, it would have destroyed him at $3.60.
It would have absolutely. The last time I ran down the straight there before today, won by 4.5 lengths.
And you know, the best thing about it, Tasmato, Tone didn't have it in his numbers.
No, he knew it was going to run today.
He knew it was going to run, yeah. That's right. Or the number that he put on the marker wiped off and then he lost it.
That was the one. That was the one.
That's the one that went under the couch. And Tone's like,
No, I don't do barrier 13, big boy.
Okay.
I mean,
13.
if Joyful Fortune was held over to here, I think 360 would have been big overs. It should be odds on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree. Tone, Rose Hill, race 5, number 6, the Titanian tip, the big boy. No, big boy Roy. Another chance, though, big boy. You're going back to Kobe Rocks.
Yes, I have Kobe Rocks, 1-2 trials. It's ready to go. Goes well, fresh. Rachel's on
It hasn't
board.
won 2 trials, Tony. It's won 1 trial. It's placed in another.
No, it's won 2 trials.
Was one last year.
Well, when I looked at it, it's won 2 trials, hasn't it? It's the last 2 trials. Have a look on RaceNet.
Baker.
I think it was last 2 trials, isn't it?
He's right there, Taz. Pezza. It's one of the last 2 trials.
Yeah, they've got a list.
Won a Rambic trial.
Yeah, it's ready to go. Bjorn Baker,
Oh.
your favourite trainer. Rachel gets another chance.
Again,
Kobe
Rach,
rocks.
Rachel
Kobe's
didn't
just
ride
up
well
the
in Melbourne
road,
at all, Rach.
jeez.
You know,
She tries though. She does try
so
well.
it's,
Kobe rocks,
catch up.
Stone.
yeah, Kobe's just
Anything
up
else?
the road. Japan rocks. Omen Bet, Price, everything's ready to go. Yeah, wins. Just wins.
Fair enough.
Now, Tone, have you had this before? This one
I have
a while
yes.
ago. You have, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I because I just think I've seen it before, but Rachel
Yeah.
King. All right,
Yeah.
Pezza.
King
No
isn't-
comment. You don't like it, do you, Pezza?
No, you never know. Hopefully it's come back and it's first up and
Because he likes to poison everything I tip. So, like,
Well,
yeah.
the one good thing, Tone, that I noticed with that tip
What's that?
is it's not barrier 13 because you hate barrier 13.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's a starting point. So at least
It's a
you're
right
consistent.
We're
Hey,
talking
got a
about
good draw.
Melbourne and, like different tracks, different states.
Oh, so in Sydney you can back barrier 13, but not in Melbourne.
That's right. Well, Melbourne is that corrupt anyway. Like you just get that extra
Oh.
corruption.
I've got a little
So-
I've got a little multi-anchor for people. If you're looking for something short that you want to anchor everything into, there's a horse run around race 2 at Ascot. It's called My Ballamay. She's won first up and absolutely cruised in for a great man himself, old DM Luciani. So if you want a shorty to multi everything into, this is your shorty. Don't worry about Prawns 11. It'll go off like they've been sitting in the noon sun. My Ballamay, she's been scratched a couple of times and I've been waiting to launch. And
Just on Saturday.
so this is Saturday. Get into My Ballamay for your multi-anchor.
What price is it, Pezza?
$250.
250. Shit, it could be your push.
No. Because Marto, it's all about content, right? When you're a creator, as Tone knows, the great man himself, he puts the whiteboard markers and the balls and into the bag and he pulls them out.
Yeah.
One goes in under the couch, joyful fortune,
Yeah.
puts a line through it, doesn't worry about it. They all rub off and he does it again. He's out there in the garden, just pulling balls out and he can't read the numbers because they're all wiped off. Doesn't stop him. I
I
agree.
have never known anybody, Taz, to have as much chronic verbal diarrhea as that bloke. Honestly, he just unbelievable. It's
Look,
just unbelievable.
I tend to agree with you, but having said that, it is quite entertaining.
Thank you.
It is. Like it is.
Poor old
It's there,
Mardo
but
there,
yeah.
Mardo,
he's got to try and
Yes,
swim
mate.
out of it.
Mardo, I've got one for you, mate. Keep this under your hat, mate. All right.
Right.
This horse
Just between you and I.
really steadfast week, cost me the first 4 and 4. She's running around this weekend. She's come back. Don't worry about her off lameness. Don't worry about a hot pot from overseas. It's got a bit of stench like the creek from that New Zealand bloody form that I reckon breaks the track, and it's the best New Zealand horse they've ever sent.
What have we got, Pezza?
You got
Race 4, number 5, Lunar Flare.
lucky.
There can be only one. Great minds think alike. This is when Gayer and Tony Brassel used to line up, Marto.
When it's a line
So,
up.
so hang on. Both of you have tipped the same horse. Is that right?
Yes.
So what you're telling me is we're getting a 2-for-1 here.
Two for one.
Well,
Yeah.
don't go into the what do you call it? The you put on a Yankee or something.
Yep.
Yep.
So you,
So
you
we-
don't need one in there. So
There's a
you-
conflict
you
of
don't know.
interest now. The conflict of
No,
interest.
it's not. No, it just
No,
means
there is,
twice as
there
much
is.
on.
No, great
No,
minds think
no, it's a
alike.
conflict of
No, I
interest.
think. Look,
Conflict
I
of
think
interest
it's.
is the simple fact that we can only have 3 horses, not 4 from a Yankee, because you both tipped the same horse. Fantastic, great.
We
Thanks,
save
guys.
money now.
I'll
We can
take
go
the
more.
picture.
And can go more.
No, you know what you can do though, Tone? Take it each way because they've both tipped it.
$6.850 to $5.50 gets around $280.
Which is
Marto
great.
sent through his tip because he was all over Joyful Fortune, which was a great tip. The meat and 2 veg. Don't worry about that. But rained him today, so it's probably not going to be there. But Marto sent it through. I was
Right.
giggling because I'd already made my slide and I'm not changing it, even though Ballamay
Oh, good on you.
50 and Ascot.
It's,
Mate.
I'm going to have a little extra on because you're tipping as well.
Yeah, Marto, this is pure spite. This tip, this is hatred. Pezza Tone. I want her to come out and absolutely steamroll this hobby horse, and it's just running away like it would have licked the bin clean at 2
I
miles.
tell you,
And then I can just go, have a. How do you like them apples, big boys?
Mate, you're
Apple
pissing
Isle.
into the wind.
Hey, listen,
Never ran
before we
in the
move
cup,
on, you
No,
mentioned
I know.
fantastic. You're
you
out
mentioned
there.
your mate.
Never
Tone,
ran-
just hang on a sec.
Never,
Yep.
Pezza, you mentioned your mate Uncle Brenda's heading down to Sydney,
Yeah.
down to Rose Hill. I'm going to tell you right now, my
Yep.
best of the day in Sydney is Electric Girl in race 7 She got held up just a little bit too long in the run for Hugh Bowman to get her out and
Is that
win the
Uncle Brent's?
invitation. Huh?
Uncle Brent's race.
Well, he's going to Rose Hill, right?
Yeah.
I'm giving him my best of the day in Sydney.
Oh, okay. Thanks, mate. That's
7.
nice.
Number 1, Electric Girl. She should have won the invitational, but she just got held up that little bit too long.
What race is
put
that?
her-
Race 7.
Race 7.
Race 7, you're right.
And she's going to be even better on the dry track. They've left Hugh Bowman on because it wasn't a bad ride last start. Just got held up just a little bit too long and come close to promise of success. It was, I think it was a short neck or something like that, they call it. But I think she's best horse in that field. And
Well,
what are you getting? $3.
Uncle
got to
Brent's
shake
in
my
race
head to
8.
you
Uncle
guys.
Brent's race 8, by the way.
there's your running
right.
double. But boys, can I just like that Lunar Flare race? It's got the hot pot.
Yep.
And am I right in saying, because I don't have access to a form, to a calendar or anything like that, is there a captain down the bottom in that race?
No, there's no
It's-
compromise, which was pretty stiff in the Caulfield Cup coming from Sydney.
No, but
It's,
isn't there one? That's the 2600 down the bottom, number 12. Is there captain something? Pruska trains it. What race is that in?
Not sure, mate. I'll have a look. Yeah,
Number 12.
Captain Envious.
Captain
Captain
Envious.
Envious.
Is that in the same race?
Yes.
Is that in the same race? It is. It's the progressive one. Now, all I'm going to say, because you two boys are so much into Lunar Flare, and you want to spite us, and
Yes.
you want to put more money on
Oh,
it.
this is a very
just to
hateful
piss
tip.
us off. This is so. You know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
Many years ago, right? I backed this greyhound, and I
Hurry
still
up,
remember.
Taz,
Wait,
we're
no.
losing
Yeah, I am.
followers as we
Okay,
speak.
shush, stop talking. It was called Black Rain, and it was like $1.40. And what I did with the greyhounds is I took it field Black Rain. Stupid bet.
Hmm.
Anyway, it missed the kick and it ran third. And the 2 rank outsiders cost
Who's
me $21. Okay, and then ended up paying, I don't know, $300-400. Lunar Flare will run third.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't want to poison you guys.
Oh.
I really don't, because I want the Poultry Familiar to win.
Hmm.
But this week, because you've thrown out the gauntlet to Tony and I, we just Tone, can you sprinkle some at the same time for me?
but he's missed the
Let's
kick.
just-
The
let's-
cup's
let's
over.
just do it to
The
him.
retards don't understand. The cup's over.
Let's do it, Tone.
I don't know
why he's
This
doing
one's
it,
for
though.
you boys.
And
you know what you are, Taz
yes,
and
it's
Tone?
a good
You're the
horse.
acid. You're the acid in acid wash. Fair dinkum. I can't believe
Marto,
Marto.
one of the worst jockeys in
Marto.
Australia, and you should
Yeah, buddy.
fucking know that.
We
Pezza.
great
Because
minds.
you're a
We
Jordan
line up
Cole
and we try to get the
prize
familiar a
baby.
launch,
So, you
and
know,
then here we just have the acid in the acid
fucking-
wash. Have a look at it.
how can you
Look at
tip
Tony.
it?
Tony,
You
nobody's
cannot-
listening to you, mate.
Ready?
Tony,
Trying to
just like,
take on Lunar Flare and the cup's over, you moron.
But that's the
Golly,
race
come
he was
on. Yeah.
That's the race he was prepped for.
mate, fair dinkum. You look like
Over.
fucking Grouch
The
from
race
fucking
is
the
over, Marto.
Sesame
He's never
Street.
run in the fucking cup.
You-
Like,
like-
you know, he's just got it like broken up there. Come on, spill
Tony,
the
fair
beans.
dinkum. It's like you got cerebral palsy and that fucking Parkinson's or something.
You have.
You just keep
Oh,
moving.
you lost it, you fucking great big retarded moron. Honestly, you're not there. The cup's over. Harry Potter. Whoa, come on, play a bit of
Now.
hit me with your rhythm stick. What's the name? Jury. You can't
Well
count
done.
through the fair this week. The cup's over.
Tone, that was beautifully said, even though half of it was underwater, because it was just going, I was still sprinkling. Now, Marto, last week,
Yep.
you were also talking about jockeys who get suspensions and how they should not be given a stay of proceedings.
Right.
So today there was a jockey that got his horse over the line.
A cheat.
Beat it. Well, yeah, cheat. Absolutely.
Yes.
And this jockey continues to ride. Not only did he cost us a Pezza's picker,
Yes.
okay, but if it's good enough for one jockey last week, surely it's good enough for another one this week. That jockey
Talking about
is-
J-Mac on routes today, actually
Yeah.
severely
Rooted
hampered
it.
two others, and
Yes.
he pushed out to get the $1.60 pop over the line, and he got suspended twice for the same race, actually. So, but he can still ride again this Saturday because he's going for
Yeah,
10.
no, it's horrible, isn't it? I mean, it's like we said last week with Jamie Carr. She got 2 suspensions last weekend, but she's booked rides in the Melbourne Cup Carnival. So hang on a minute. We can't suspend her. You're going to ride your rides out. William Buick cops a suspension for his ride last weekend, but he's booked rides in the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Hang on a minute. You've come all the way from England, so we're just going to let you ride anyway. It's wrong. It's criminal. Like we were saying pre-show, if a football player comes out and takes off someone's head, he's not playing next weekend because it's a top of the ladder clash.
No,
He's sitting in the sideline for football.
That's right.
Yep.
Exactly. Totally
So-
agree. That's of course all the dodgy bastards and all the stewards and all those scumbags had their money on routes, which was well and truly supported. That's why it's wrong.
That doesn't matter. I mean, okay, the win stands. We like it or hate it. Doesn't matter. It's
correct.
The fact that today's racing is finished when he copped the suspension, like you said, Taz, he should not be allowed, even if he is the premier jockey in the country. He's got a suspension. He shouldn't be racing on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's nice to get a stay of proceedings so you can ride. You can fulfill your rides the next day, even though you've done something wrong and quite possibly injured horse, let alone jockey, man or beast. It's quite interesting that you can still get a stay of proceedings and fulfill your rides. It's pretty interesting. You're right. Boys,
One more
Melbourne Cup
thing.
was huge. Over 1,000 members of the
going?
Pulse here. We really appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the video. And of course, please share around with your mates. And, we're not here trying to sell anything. We're not yet. We're not here trying to, create merchandise or for you to get a subscription service. Not yet.
Not yet.
The stubby holders are being printed now, mate.
That might be a new hat. Not yet. But it would be great if you could join us over at Facebook for more of the banter and more of the fun. And of course, it costs you nothing to like and subscribe to the channel, which would really help us out. Any final thoughts, boys?
Who goes first? Go, Tony.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I hope everybody finishes off the carnival on a win. I hope everybody, has a good day, sad day, and that's the way to go. Get on Cove Rocks, balls deep at 11, comes home
Kobe Rocks.
faster than a young bloke.
He's giving the Japanese pronunciation there, Kobe. Good on you, Tony.
Kobe Rocks is his name. But she'll win, right, Dane? Anyway, like you said, mate, finishing up the biggest week of racing in the country for the calendar year. And I hope you all get onto a few winners or have got onto a few winners and enjoyed the week, because we certainly have.
Yeah, absolutely. Tez?
I've always loved Ampol Stakes Day, and that's what I'll always remember it as. Planet Ruler Days. Just showing my age. But the one thing that I think I'm going to say before we go, and I did get an opportunity, is how can anyone turn down $520,000? The owner of I Wish I Win wanted to donate this money to the Starship donation for Children's Hospital in New Zealand, and they said no because it's gambling. To me,
I Wish I Win
ridiculous.
last week. What did that win, Marta? The Golden Eagle? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's it. The Golden Eagle.
Yeah.
And as a sign of goodwill, the New South Wales Racing Board decided to throw an extra $500,000 into the kick, and you could choose any charity group or NPO group that you thought would appreciate $500,000 if you won the race. Of course, I Wish I Win is a Kiwi owner, Peter Moody. How good is he going? He owns half of it. It was a massive day for Pete. And as Taz said, the owner wanted to donate it to the well, it's like the
It's like the Royal Children's thing.
Royal,
Well, we have a
Wish-
make a wish
the
thing.
Wish Make a
Yeah.
Wish sort of foundation,
Yeah.
and they knocked it back because it's from gambling. Like, I don't, you know.
Yes.
What about the kids? Do you think the
Exactly.
kids?
That's what it's for, right? It's a legal operation, so it's not come illegally. It's
No.
not bad money.
No.
It's
And,
being donated for a great cause.
Absolutely.
And chances are the doctors, the nurses, the janitors, the cleaners, the car park attendants, all those people that actually are involved and employed at that hospital have had a bet at some point in their life. So it's not as if we're saying, go out and get addicted. We're just saying, here, we've won it from here. Take it to there and make good use of it. It's clean money.
Exactly.
It hasn't been laundered. But anyway,
Yeah.
they've chosen not to. So be it.
Bit
I was
sad.
just shocked.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. Bit sad,
Sad.
of course. But apart from that, it's been a massive week for me. And as we know on this show, it's all about Tone and Taz. So thanks, Marto, for joining us, mate. Thanks for straightening us up.
Cleaned up this week.
Yeah, and great to see Tone up and about. It's really good to see. And well done, Tazzy. Keep it up, mate.
Thanks, Pezza.
And remember,
Well done.
please gamble responsibly or be like me and choose 46-1 horses in Ascot because it's got your best mate's nickname in circus. And then you don't really worry about gambling responsibly then. If not, put a line through it. Hooroo.
See you later, guys.
Yep. See you.